Hi, my name is Shiloh Jackson and I'm a member of the Aquaventure dive team. Today we'll be doing a product review of the Nauticam underwater housing, the NA-650D. This is a third generation housing specifically targeted for the Canon EOS Rebel series lineup. This particular housing is made out of an aluminum alloy and is targeted for the Canon 650D, or otherwise known as the T4i. Something that a lot of folks don't know about this particular housing is not only will it work for the T4i, but it will also work for the T5i as well. So if you're looking for a redundant camera body and or you upgrade from T4i to T5i, guess what? Not only will your lenses work, but so will your underwater housing, so it makes it quite cost effective as well. This particular housing's been shipping for a couple months. I've had a couple opportunities in the past week or so to take this camera housing out and shoot with it, and the results have been fantastic. I'm really impressed with the system. One of the things I really like, and kind of what Nauticam is really known for, are the ergonomics and button placement. So if you'll notice on the rear or the sides of the housing, these rubberized handles or grips for the system, they're located in the kind of right place. They make it really easy to control and grab while you're underwater, and candidly I think it's quite comfortable as well. I'm a big stickler about button placement, and I think Nauticam did a really great job with their buttons and the paddle levers they put in place. Most of this camera system can actually be controlled with the right hand, particularly on the right forefinger and thumb. And if you look at the side of the camera system, you'll notice we have a quite a large paddle lever here on the side. This controls this two-stage shutter release for your camera system, making it easy to use. There's a paddle system, a two-paddle system located in the back to help control the video recording functionality and the star functionality of your particular system. On the T4i, we actually need to depress the AV button to make an f-stop or aperture adjustment, which makes it really easy to do on the top side, but when you're underwater, it's quite difficult. Nauticam's already thought about this, and they've kind of strategically placed a lever to help us hold down that AV button when we need to. And there's also a fairly large, and something new about this, there's a fairly large command dial on the side of it. What's new is that Nauticam's made this bigger and increased the profile, so if you're wearing thick gloves, if you're particularly like myself doing a dry suit diving, it makes it much easier to use. On the back of the camera, we have all our standard buttons like you would expect back there to control white balance, playback, drive mode. The key thing with these buttons, they're in the right place and that they have a raised profile that makes it, again, really easy to use. On the left hand side, there's another wheel here. This will actually control a worm gear to control your zoom functionality in your particular lens if you're shooting a lens that has zoom capability. So this makes it easy to do. You can actually control it with your left thumb, and if you think about if you're controlling that, you can use your right forefinger for your shutter release. Makes it really easy to use while you're underwater. Another thing I like about this housing is that at the top you'll notice that there's a window here. One of the things that Canon did, they've moved the video recording functionality mode to where the on-off switch is at. So through this window we can quickly see, are we off, are we on, or do we need to be in video mode? That lets us get the right visibility to make that decision. Another cool thing about this Nauticam housing, what I think Nauticam's done a great job, is just putting their releases in the right place and making them really easy to do. On the front, if we want to open up the port system, you'll notice this red lever. We simply press that button down, open up the lever, and the port system opens right up, making it really easy. To open up the rear of this system, you'll have these red square buttons back here, and you'll notice a release lever as well. We simply press that up. Same thing on the other side, press the button in, press that lever up, and the rear of the system will pop off. Now in the back of the system, it's kind of exactly what it is, what you expect it to be. I like to point out there's a tray system in here with the locking mechanism. You can release this tray system, pop that out. Your camera actually sits on here, makes it nice and secure. There's a lever button on the front of it which actually controls the release for your lens through an external button on the housing. Once your camera is secure on here, you can go ahead and slide it back into the tray and lock your camera in place, making it really easy to use. So overall, this is a very solid system. I was very impressed over the past couple of weeks as I've been using it. I think you would be too as well. If you have any more questions around this particular camera, underwater camera system or housing, feel free to shoot us an email at info@aquaventurescuba.com, or feel free to stop in the shop and check it out. Thank you.